The tropics remain active as we look off to our east with 3 different areas to watch, one of them being Gordon and what's left of it. The other 2 possible to develop, though chances are low right now, and then another a little bit closer to home near the western Caribbean. This one we'll have a close eye on over the next few days, and right now there is a lot of activity surrounding the broad and generalized area, but development potential is around 60% according to forecasts for the National Hurricane Center. And of course, we are going to watch a lot of factors that would come together to materialize this as a potential Gulf system. So if either of those are to be named, the next ones on the list are Helene as well as Isaac. Here's the bigger picture and larger setup. Over the next few days, we're going to be quiet and dry because of this high pressure and ridge over southeast Louisiana, which starts to eventually slide a bit further east. But you'll notice off to the east coast, there's a broad upper trough of low pressure. And then as we get a little bit later into the start of this week, you're going to see that low pressure evolving and bringing a little more moisture back into the western Caribbean, which does allow for additional energy on that southwestern tip of the trough to provide for a favorable and conducive environment for some tropical development. So that low will then start to lift a little bit further north, and that's when we could see the development of a system. Once the system is developed or organized, then the models can pick up on a defined center, and we'll have a better idea of not only intensity, but also potential track information. So something that's just a little bit too early to fine tune and pinpoint. But as we get into the next 48 hours, and then especially by midweek, we'll have more clear signs. So the questions are, does the system enter the Gulf at all? Right now, it looks as though something will develop and likely move towards the Gulf of Mexico. But then we have to ask, where does it set up? When does it set up? And what are the steering patterns working together to give us an answer? So just stay tuned. Right now, all you need to do is pay close attention to reliable sources, and then maybe think about replenishing some of those supplies in your hurricane preparation kit that you might have gone through during Francine. Otherwise, enjoy a quiet forecast for the weekend, anywhere from those upper 80s to lower 90s, feeling more like the upper 90s to triple digits. We're a little above average for where our high temperatures should be this time of year, but as we get later into the week, temperatures will fall off just a bit. And of course, as we get towards midweek and late week, if we have those higher rain chances, temperatures will be a little bit cooler. So all of that is a bit unsettled depending on what happens in the tropics. Also, a big item on many people's agenda tomorrow, the Saints-Eagles game. As you may be tailgating or preparations for tailgates to watch parties continue, temperatures will warm up quickly from those 80s to 90s. Of course, tomorrow we welcome fall officially at 7:43 a.m. with the autumnal equinox. It's not quite going to feel fall-like anytime soon. So here's that 7-day forecast. Again, rain chances somewhere between 20 and 30% of the area seeing coverage for the middle to the end of next week. We, of course, will be keeping a close eye on the tropics. Overnight, you can expect 60s on the North Shore in just a couple spots, but mostly 70s otherwise, and we'll continue to see those 90s eventually becoming upper 80s for highs into the middle of the week.